It even talked.
Yeah, clock's fast. That's you're on time. You did good.
Last week was early, so this is.
Consistent over the week. Is that for me?
I'll make a motion on the minutes for the 16th.
All in favor? Good. Vinny?
Yep,
You.
I'm up first? Wow. Let's see what I got here. I got some questions. Yeah, all right, I just appreciate getting the floor and not the door. But anyway, yeah, I just want to ask some questions to the audience and refrain just till everything's over, then we'll do that afterwards. And I just get some questions on, let's see, first one is I've asked it before about the comprehensive plan. Has the state or any agency of the state ever notified the town that the current comp plan is insufficient and non-compliant with the state guidelines and prevents any state funding or grants? No, so still no. Okay.
That's not true.
Do you know if the comp plan is a 501c3 organization?
I don't believe it is.
No? Okay.
Comp plan is a 501c3.
501c3? No, I'm just asking.
It's a town document.
Okay. And they got money from the town. I'm asking as a chairman of the budget committee, so the budget, next time I just ask, where money's going and all that stuff. So if they receive money from the town directly or indirectly for publications or mailings or anything?
Yes.
Do you know how much? Or?
I don't, off the top of my head.
Okay. And do you know where it came from? What account?
Administrative, I believe.
Which one?
Administrative.
Administrative?
Yeah.
Okay. And when they were formed, did the selectmen appoint the comprehensive plan, or were they just
Yes, the former selectmen.
appointed each one?
They got the committee, I don't know how they,
It was appointed as a committee. Yes.
As appointed as a whole?
And it's in the meeting minutes as well.
Okay. And what if the new plan gets approved, or the current one, who's going to regulate, enforce the conditions and articles in the plan? It's been mentioned, implementation committee. So, who's going to enforce any articles get passed from the comprehensive plan?
whether you hire a full-time code enforcement or you hire I don't know how it's gonna work. Looks like you're gonna spend some money.
But I mean, is they going to be elected, appointed, or?
It's up to the town.
Yeah, but it's going to be presented to the town.
Yep.
How would it be presented right now? Who
Not
would
till it's
suggest?
passed.
Huh?
Not until it's passed or defeated either way.
Okay. And also, the ballot list, if you check it, the current one is repealed and it'll be replaced, but nothing goes into effect as far as regulations, right?
There are no regulations. The comp plan is basically the town's forward-thinking vision. Let's check this out.
Right.
No different than the first one that was voted on and enacted.
Right.
There are no regulations, there are no ordinances, there are no rules that are instituted with a new comp plan. Everything in the comp plan has to be taken care of, implemented if need be. Any rules, regulations, or ordinance have to be voted on by the taxpayers.
Right, so right
It is
now,
simply just a plan.
but the current plan has rules and regulations.
The ones that are passed.
The original one,
In 1991.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that was the first formation document.
Right, so that has rules and regulations to go by.
rules and regulations for, as in, give me an example.
Well, as far as what the town wants to do,
There's no rules,
there's no rules.
no.
Only
In
whatever's been
the
implemented.
original comp plan,
Uh,
it said a new fire station, correct me if I'm wrong, in 5 years. That was in 91. What year is it now? So just because it says in there that within 5 years, we'd like to look at providing a new building, it didn't happen. The taxpayers have to make that decision.
But the new comp plan says that it's gonna prevent entities from coming into town and controlling things. Does the old comp plan do that? No,
I don't think it's that detailed.
no. But the new comp plan doesn't do anything when it's voted on. Everything has to be voted on and approved by the town.
Any ordinances, the only thing that can be instituted by the board of selectmen is policy, town policy.
Mhm.
And then there's only, what, 4 or 5 topics that can happen. Everything else has to be vetted through the taxpayers and
Right.
voted on accordingly.
So any zoning that come in or anything, regulations, that has to be voted on
voted on
by the town,
by the town.
presented by the selectmen.
Correct.
That would be the regulators and
Yes.
the implementation committee.
The implementation committee, it would be my assumption that the select board would appoint
Uh-huh,
an implementation committee.
okay,
If it's voted affirmative
yeah,
and people came forward, yes, it would
okay,
be the select board that would appoint.
great.
Because it's basically a committee.
Yeah, no, I just want some
Nothing.
clarity on it, I wasn't sure everything was in it. Thanks.
Please skip my personal policy.
Huh?
I gotta think on
Joe,
Huh?
that. What am I gonna put?
Jim, did you have a question?
well, no, I think some of the information was incorrect,
Zach Haynes.
because I attended those meetings.
Bassett Valley and then
That's the property on Old County Road that David Schofield, he passed away.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's going to the heirs. Yep. We just wanted to make it as clean for them as possible.
This file is.
You wanna go first?
For what?
You wanna be clerk on this first?
Okay, what else we doing?
Yeah.
No, I thought we were on that.
Yeah, okay. So just already there, so now you can wait it.
I don't know if you have anything. Correspondence folder. Maine DOT has awarded a contract for the above referenced, road project, which is Glidden Excavating and Paving from Gorham, doing, that's, cyclical pavement resurfacing Region 1. I thought we covered that last week.
Yep.
And it's gonna be going from Hiram to, the, Monument Driver. Steve, comp plan. Now, okay. So, we'll leave this.
I'd say take the voting, the vote yes out of it, and it's fine.
Comp plan, the mailing, take out the vote yes, take that out, and send it out as a mailing.
Okay, we'll have to talk it over with the committee.
Yeah. We have that in there because we are the comp plan, so of course we're gonna ask people to vote yes.
Doesn't mean you have to.
Swim lessons are out, is what I hear tonight. All right.
Vote, yeah.
So that's a, webinar, and. Community Resilience Partnership Program. Add your screen. We got this SMPDC Community Resilience Partnership Program, to help Maine's communities reduce emissions and prepare for the impacts of climate change by providing both grant funding and direct support to municipalities, 50 to 125K. Currently on a 4-year climate action plan. For training. Contracts. All states for this Delaware Road storm damage. Covered. Did Cardinal provide a date for?
It to be done?
Yes, ma'am.
No, but she had originally told me if I get it to her on Friday, it would be back the next Friday. So I'm thinking it will be.
At $4.83 a piece.
That was because, I'm sorry,
$4.83 a piece, that's pretty cheap.
that was before she told me they were in their busy season too. So
Yeah.
I told her. So,
Senior fall prevention in the bedroom.
Speak up.
I'm leaving the older folks in the audience.
I don't wanna lose a hip.
What is this? Litigate, conditional. Oh, you got the chair? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
yes, I wanna thank Dickie for helping to lug them in. And Pam helped to set them up and get the plastic off each one, so it was a community effort.
This is from Mr. Flynn. Catherine Oak, recycling manager, use of a spray inside can is okay, you can quote me on that, do not coat contents of container. And that's to spray so that we don't have stuff freezing into the containers and getting kicked back during the winter. Carberry digs them out with a loader. Support for dementia. I hear that too. Support for dementia caregivers.
I updated the web rules.
Two of those.
I don't know what's going on.
President.
All right.
Okay.
Looks like we have, we got public works.
Yep.
That's the only one that we want to have.
Now we can have Willie give us a little update.
Sure. So I haven't been here in a few weeks, we've been busy. As you probably know, we made it through Valley Pride Day, and we had the best turnout we've had in a number of years for that. I think we had 15 or 16 registered trash pickers, plus Cindy, Eric, Rick, Bill, Cindy Eaton with the Girl Scouts, a number of volunteers as well that helped out that day. We had a fundraiser dinner that night. We served 54 people, so that was pretty good. Considering it was the first sunny day we'd had in 10 days, so the numbers were maybe a little more down than they would have been on a different night, but good support. From there, we've been pretty busy with softball, baseball. We've got the swim program started. Sign-ups are out for that. And what else we got going on? Drawing a blank right now. Yeah, we've got the guide program, the junior guide program going. We've got most of the slots. I think we've got a few slots left, we've got most of those slots filled up for this summer. I've talked to the girl at the school, they're gonna provide food for us, breakfast and lunch for the program and for the swim program again, so we're gonna be doing the food through the summer for the kids.
Is that still coming from Lowell?
No, Freiburg.
Freiburg.
Yeah. We've got docks coming in on Thursday, the new docks for the beach. They were supposed to be here the 15th, or by the 15th, so when I didn't receive them by then, I called them the 17th last week, and we're just now getting them delivered, so they probably won't go out till middle of next week because Public Works is busy. We're getting the docks on Thursday, so hopefully Wednesday, I think Wednesday is our target date next week to get them out for the beaches, for the swim lesson side and for the other side. Babe Ruth starts Monday, so all the softball and baseball and t-ball are in full swing, and we'll wind up for another 6 weeks of Babe Ruth, and swimming lessons start on the 21st. That goes for 5 weeks.
Sign up started, what, yesterday?
Yeah, I put some sign-up sheets out. A lot of them, the parents will email me the form and stuff like that nowadays. It's
How many did we have last year? 53?
the first year we had 53. Last year we had 47. 53 was really too much. We cut it off at 40. We ended up with 53 because they didn't really want to say no to anyone, you know. So, but that was same thing last year. We tried to cut it off at 40, and we ended up with 47 kids. So we got our instructors lined up and a little more help this year. So I think it will hopefully go smoothly. We'll see.
Does Saco Valley Recreation participate in the swim still? People from
The girl that does the testing, Holly had.
No, the actual kids swimming. They used to send a whole gang down to go to the swim lessons from the Saco Valley.
We've got kids from that area. I don't know about a whole gang. We've got kids from Baldwin, Salkby, Eaton, Bridgeton, Freiburg. But of the 47 kids, I think 35 of them were Brownfield kids last year. It was only the dozen kids that were from out of town.
Lovell was the only one that had a swim program around here, weren't they?
Yeah. Salkby is doing something this year.
Yeah.
I just talked to Laura down there, and they're doing a program, but it's only like 4 or 5 days, so it's not going to be too extensive. And also, I know you got updated because I watched the meeting minutes last week on the governor's assistants coming out and reviewed the community center and stuff like that, and that went pretty well. So hopefully we'll have some concrete poured over there pretty soon and continue to make progress. Yeah.
Digging. What do you got? Anything? Done anything in the last couple of days?
Yeah, we did the big water class over in Harrison. We set an engine and a tanker. Really good class. It's an ISO rated class. We had to flow 501 gallons a minute for 2.5 hours. We did well over that. We did the 500, then we stepped up to the 900. What did we do with? A little over 1,000 when we got done. So we had a real good cooperation with we had about 8 towns over there. 8 or 9 towns. Because Norway had to leave for the fire. Yeah. So it was a real good class. And just want to update you that I did a Zoom meeting with FEMA. They're coming here June 14th at 1 o'clock to go through all the paperwork that we have for the December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So I've got some stuff together. Cliff will put his stuff together, and we'll meet with the FEMA people that day. So other than that, and then we're deciphering the second rainstorm we had and putting that together because that hasn't been declared yet. But we've had road damage from both storms, same road, so they're working on what they're gonna do. So, we'll go from there.
Good.
The first one, the December 22nd, was a little over 30,000. This one here is, I put in for about $250,000, because the dugway I did, that was a complete gone. So I don't know what I was gonna end up with. But it doesn't matter if I'm high or low, it's when they sit down and actually go through what you've got, is what you're gonna get. And it's 90% of what we expend.
Yep, sounds like they did a job to me.
Anyone else?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This weekend is Veterans Day weekend, and driving around town, I've noticed not all the flags are out. What's the status on that? We owe it to our veterans.
Usually the Masons put them up, don't they?
And they do the graves. Yeah. Up the graves, not the town. Yeah, I thought they were out Monday morning.
Isn't it required by the state that the law, we have to put a flag on every veteran?
On the veteran's grave, yeah.
Yeah, yes, the Masons usually every year do that.
Yeah.
They do.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times.
We was up in Pine Grove this weekend with the Girl Scouts and the Masons, and we put flags up there this weekend.
The smaller,
And they said all the other ones had been done.
they had been?
That's what they said. So if they miss somebody, contact one of the Masons or the town here, and they'll get they'll get a flag on there before Memorial. Because they could very well miss some.
Oh, it's easy to do that.
Yeah, it is.
I know that.
So, but,
I hadn't done that a couple of years ago. I did it a few times.
but we do have extra flags here too. I think they have some downstairs.
Yep, we do. Yeah.
So you can come here and get a flag if you want of one.
We got placards as well. We got placards downstairs.
Yeah.
One more thing that I forgot to mention, probably a lot of things I forgot to mention, but, Brownfield Days, we do have a meeting tomorrow night, and I've got all the paperwork out, so anyone that's gonna participate in the parade, or, groups that are gonna set up stuff, contact me. I've got actually I got forms in my truck, I've left a few forms here as well. I'm reaching out individually to people that I know have done it in the past, so, but it's on August 12th, Saturday, second Saturday, and, we're looking to, the Friends of Rec are helping me run the whole thing. It's my first year, so we'll do the best we can to have a successful and fun Brownfield Days.
Kind of wanted, we didn't have a chance to go back to Vinny's question. Vinny, I think your first question was if the state had said if the old comp plan was,
I can repeat it.
yeah, could you please?
Not by heart.
Yeah, no,
It's, question was, has the state or any of its agencies ever notified the town or the selectmen that its current comp plan is insufficient and non-compliant with state guidelines, and therefore, for applications of state funding and grants?
They've never notified us. Joe?
So Vinny, when we talked with Tom Rigliola, who's the state planner, he said that the state, anything that's older than 10 to 12 years, they don't recognize it as being on file. So the state is basically saying that they don't have a plan from Brownfield.
So is the town been notified that they're not on file anymore?
No. No.
Okay. Well, they should notify. I mean, the insurance company notifies you when you.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I want your money.
Pardon?
That's because I want your money.
Well, that's when you want their money, they tell you, what you've done. The insurance company, yeah.
yeah, and I think the other thing is that should be recognized is this group of people that have been working on this comp plan have been at it for over 5 years, and they have put a lot of their own money into it, their own personal money into it. One of the slides I saw, gosh, it was thousands of dollars that other towns have paid to put a comp plan together, which our town has not paid.
I think everybody appreciates the work.
But I don't think that was recognized in your answer. So I just wanted to clarify that, because they've actually paid money out of their own pocket that saved our town thousands of dollars in creation of this plan to make our town a better place to kind of live in. And I just want to recognize that, and I appreciate that.
I think everybody appreciates the work they did.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Might not agree with everything that's in it, but doesn't mean everybody has to agree with everything.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with that, but I don't think, I think a lot of time has been spent trying to, and a lot of money has been spent since last July, trying to get it so that this plan doesn't go to the town to vote. And actually a lot more money to get it so that it doesn't go to vote than it has to prepare the plan in the last 5 years. And that's a disservice to our town.
Well, in a sense, it should go to the town vote.
It should go to the town so that the town has a chance to voice their opinion.
Willie, what's the theme of Brownfield Days?
Let me see if I can say this right. Old times or history of Brownfield.
Cut off again.
History of Brownfield is what we're doing. So, don't freak Dickie out and come down with a float that's on fire or something like that.
We can put it out, we can have a lot of water now. May I ask about the Brownfield Days? Is there gonna be cow chip bingo?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And I would like to suggest that, just so that all taxpayers in town know that it's all on the up and up, that no current member of the Board of Selectmen be allowed to place a bet, and that prior members be allowed to vote, to place their bets, perhaps like on 10, 24, and 16, you know.
Is that participate or donate?
Well, last year, my strategy was to bribe the cow. So I was bringing in all these packages of stuff that I would buy at Thriftway and give to the young lady who owned the cow. Only the cow turned on me at the last minute.
Literally the last.
Yes.
You have no control where they go.
That's correct.
A third of that money should have been mine.
The winner sits on the table. That's
I will do it.
A third of that possibly was mine.
No. Go over it and get my updates to us, so. But- Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I did that. Went to my meeting this morning.
Yeah, school meeting, budget committee meeting tomorrow night, if anybody wants to go.
Is that the vote?
Where's it at?
Yeah, that is the vote.
I don't know, I'm gonna be out of town, so.
7 o'clock?
Or the vote?
So vote, I believe.
That's the vote, yes.
Yeah.
Remember, that's the majority of your property taxes.
Second.
Second?
None, sure.
I'd like to, but I don't want to.
So what do you think I should do?
I was making some meter one clear today.
I'll send you this electronically.
Thank you. That's perfect, because I can.
I don't know if you ever got this.
No, I didn't.